What's up, everyone? Grizzlybear 831 back again, and today I'm here to discuss the fragrance clones. What I think about him, if I like him or if I dislike him, or just in general, my thought on the fragrance clones. So I was tagged in a video by my man Civilized Redneck. Shout out to him for tagging me. And like he said, I'm like kind of new in this fragrance reviewing. I'm like the most average guy there is. The first 10 videos I did on my channel are actually 10 colognes that I had on my collection, or my 10 before I started doing reviews. I had 10. After I review them, I started getting suggestions for channels, suggestions for videos. Jeremy, Redolescence, Sense, Joy. I mean, all those big guys. And then I started getting suggestions for smaller channels. So I had colognes for a while. I didn't even know there was a fragrance community on YouTube, to be honest. Yeah, and I didn't know there were niche fragrances, and I didn't know there were clone fragrances. That crazy. So like I tell, I'm like the most average guy, and I actually had like uh, this one, Unforgettable by Sean John, which is supposed to be a clone of Millesimo Imperial by Creed. And I had this since 2008. I bought it pretty much when it came out. Full retail price like $80. This small bottle, and I didn't know it was a clone. Until I review, I started doing reviews. I come to find out that it's a clone of a more expensive fragrance. And to be honest, I don't see myself spending over $100 on a bottle of cologne. That's just not me, at least for now. I don't know if something might change in the future, but like the average guy, it's by Sean John. I like, oh, it's by Sean John. I'm gonna get that because I like him. He's a rapper, and so I had it since 2008. Another one that I had since 2010 probably is this one, Pure Blank by Karen Lowe, and this is also a clone. I don't know what it's cloning, but I came to find out that this house, Karen Lowe, makes pretty much all their clones are clones of something else. And I had this one since way back. Um, so I actually think that the smaller companies are taking advantage, or they're seizing the opportunity to make some bank, you know, because they're watching like which are the most popular fragrances, and they're looking to replicate it using different ingredients, but they're looking to replicate it. And like the most average guy like me, who doesn't want to spend like over $100 on a cologne, or if you can get it for a fraction of the cost, average guy like me is gonna get it. uh, this one right here, Frank Olivier Blue Touch. It's a clone of Aqua di Gio. I always been curious about Aqua di Gio, how it smells, and I actually didn't even know this was a clone until I got it like maybe a couple days later, when I started looking into it, and this is a clone. Another one that I got, it's Antonio Banderas King of Seduction Absolute, which is supposed to be a clone or similar to Invictus. I have never tried Invictus myself either. It's kind of expensive, so, and this is like $16. I got it around $16, so you cannot beat that price. Um, this one right here, um, Ed Hardy's Skulls and Roses. So I pretty much like skulls. As you can see the poster right there from Ed Hardy. So naturally I got this one as a gift, and I had it I had it since 2012. This one right here, and I come to find out, like, like this year 2019, I came to find out it's a clone of Abercrombie and Finch Fierce, and average guy doesn't know that. And it's not like I'm gonna put this on, or put this on, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm wearing Invictus, If they ask me what I'm wearing, I'm gonna tell them what I'm wearing, because if I can get him to save some money, or instead of telling them like, oh, I'm wearing Invictus, nah, I'm wearing Blue Seduction. That's way cheaper and it smells Gucci. Um, you know, you know what I mean. So, and there are Armuff. There are houses like Armuff that pretty much do all clones. This is supposed to be a clone of Prada L'Homme Intense. I've never tried it. Prada L'Homme Intense. Another house that does some clones. It's Akmal, and I actually bought this one because of the bottle. Looks really cool. Um, it might be a clone or something, but I'm not aware of it at the moment. And uh, I also been always been curious about Paco Rabanne's 1 million. And when I found out that there were niche and there were clones, I started looking into that. Most of them in the clones, because niche are more expensive. But clones, I started looking into clones for 1 million, and there are a bunch. So I got one of the cheaper ones, which smells pretty good. So I'm aware that the original, it's always gonna be more higher quality, and the more expensive, it's always obviously gonna be higher quality. But you know, if you get a clone, you're gonna get the idea how it smells, which is, in my opinion, is pretty good. That they're making clones of more expensive fragrances, because I wouldn't, to be honest, like I wouldn't want to spend a lot of money. I wouldn't want to put a dent on my wallet, spending over $70 on each bottle, like. And I also have this one right here, which is a clone of Jean Paul Gaultier Le Mans. I always seen like the Jean Paul Gaultier Le Mans on the mall. That's pretty much where the average guy like me is gonna see him, on the mall, on Macy's, all those places like the mall. And I actually never tried Jean Paul Gaultier Le Mans because I just never liked the bottle. One of the worst bottles in my opinion. So, but since I never tried it, but I seen like a lot of reviews um, that praise it. Like they say like it's very good. Uh, so when I found out there was a clone of Le Mans and the bottle's 100 times way better, I went for it. So now I know how Le Mans smells, kind of. Like I said, I'm aware that they don't smell 100% the same, but it's similar. If you want to call them clones or inspirations, whatever. Uh, but overall, my thoughts on that, it's like I think I think that clones are very good in my opinion, They might be taking advantage of the success bigger clones are having, but the average guy that isn't gonna want to spend like that much. And if you could get it for a fraction of the cost, that's very Gucci in my opinion. And anyways, that's gonna be it for today. And like I'm gonna tag the two persons because I don't know a lot of people know. Um, so the first one I'm gonna tag is gonna be my man Breaux Sense. He's a real positive guy, and he shouted me out in one of his videos too. So shout out to him. He's a real positive guy, always with the positive vibes. And the second person I'm gonna tag is gonna be just Peace Entertainment. The name is kind of hard to say, but I'm gonna leave the link to their channels uh, to my three guys right there. I'm gonna leave the link to Civilized Redneck, Breaux Sense, and just Peace Entertainment. And yeah, so that's my thoughts on the Clone Wars. I'm all for the clones, all for the clones. Very good. Keep making them. Um, Keep making clones, and I'll keep buying them. Anyways, thanks for watching, and peace.